What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I'm Lindsay. Today I am joined by the team over at Squirrly SEO. This is an AI-powered all-in-one SEO suite that takes the guesswork out of search engine optimization. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting at $49 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive in though, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things. I know we're expecting a lot of y'all here today, so I'm going to give you a second to trickle in. While you are trickling in, you can always say hi to us in the hello Armando. You can always say hi to us in the chat room. If you would like to tell us about your use case, your business, why you're interested in this tool, you can go ahead and do that in the chat room as well. I love seeing all the hellos coming in. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Brian. Yay, welcome everybody. So yeah, if you wanna say hi, do that there. However, if you have questions, and I know some of y'all will have questions, questions are going to go in the Q&A box. So that's going to be down below the video. We do have somebody from the team here to go ahead and answer those questions as they come in. And then any questions remaining, we'll go ahead and answer at the end of the walkthrough. Good morning to everybody. Hello, Austria. Wow. Hello from California. That's where I'm at. All right, and the last thing that you should know is there will be a replay of this available. It'll come out probably later today, if not early next week, if you don't see it over the weekend. All right, I think that is enough of me. So let's go ahead and introduce y'all. Hey, Florin, how are you doing?
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not sure if everyone can see me.
We can see you now.
Right, perfect.
Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you for the walkthrough. And then once you're ready to take questions afterwards, you could just let me know.
Perfect, thank you.
Have fun.
All right, so I want to start by thanking all of you Sumolings. So we've had a really warm welcome until now on the AppSumo platform, and it's been great to be here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start doing the demo for Squirrly SEO. So in the first part, I want to show how this works for non-SEO experts. And then by the end of it, hopefully I'll not take too long, but by the end of it, I would like to showcase this, the scenario for advanced SEO experts or like agencies who would be using the dev kit. All right, so let's get started. A lot of the questions until now have been about, you guys have a lot of features, so how will all of that work? Well, I've just set up a thing, a new WordPress before the webinar, and I've looked at the score before installing Squirrly SEO in it, and then I've optimized the front page with Squirrly SEO on the metas, and this is the other result that I had. So you can see that the page size is a bit bigger, but other than that, it does not affect the load time. So in all our tests, the load time isn't affected because we load very few things on the front end of WordPress. And like the best thing about Squirrely SEO is the fact that everything you see here in progress and achievements, on research, live assistant, focus pages, everything comes from our servers. So basically the plugin is pretty lightweight and it does a lot of cool things, but usually everything that you see and it's really interesting works from our servers. So that's why usually it loads very, very fast. All right, so I wanted to get that out of the way. Now let me close this and go to how you are going to start this. So at the beginning, we're gonna...
Seeing your screen yet? Can you go ahead and share that?
Oh, this wasn't shared, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh boy. Right, well, you couldn't see the speed then. I'm gonna do that in another video then. Right, so in the beginning, you're gonna start from your website. You can select the type, if it's e-commerce, personal blog, if it's a local business, small business, directory. In this case, I'm just gonna say personal, non-SEO expert, right? And you're gonna see what starts doing for you, what it starts setting up. Then when it's done, you can click continue. If you have plugins, it's gonna import SEO settings from other plugins. And now it's gonna do like the final step where it starts actually taking data from the site, placing them onto the Squirrly Cloud Services and getting the cloud services started for this particular website that you've installed. All right, and you can go and say, check today's SEO goals. Now, this is if you're a non-SEO expert. If you were an SEO expert, it would have taken you to a different section of Squirrly. So everything is made according to what you said during the wizard. All right, so in the first case, it's going to be very easy goals like adding a focus page, preparing a Google Search Console connection, then connecting the Google Analytics. And as you will advance, you will see stuff that is a lot more interesting here. So in Christina's case, she's going to see that she needs to choose less competitive keywords to start ranking higher. She needs to make one of her focus pages longer. She needs to start getting traffic to focus pages, because without quality traffic, it's pretty hard to rank pages. She needs to fix duplicate content. Apparently, she has duplicate content issues across the site, and improve the SEO speed, the loading speed of the site. And basically, every site that you're going to see is probably going to have different goals to reach, right? So, and you're going to also see success messages. So like in this case, when page authority increased for one of our pages, and then you can see success messages here, just like you could on Christina's site. So this is also very interesting because this is something that you can take screenshots of and maybe even place in reports if you're doing reports. So this particular site has bigger problems because it has some focus pages with no index tags, has other type of visibility issues on focus pages. And the people here need to optimize the text to get good search relevance, make manual index request, and reach platform SEO. Right, so this is the kind of goals that they're gonna see. So these are going to change as you're changing your website and as you're making improvements to everything that's written here. Now, our AI assistant, tells you these goals based on over 600,000 websites that have been in our system, and we've checked evolution, rankings, traffic, how they've optimized, how they've lost positions, everything. So according to that, we found the best goals that people should focus on, and we kept prioritizing so that we create like a great experience that's great for the user and also brings the fastest results. So we have a lot of people, since we've created the next SEO goals, who just go through the SEO goals and that's all they work on their SEO, and they're getting good results. So that's how easy we wanted optimizing your site to be. Now, another very interesting thing in Squirrly SEO is, of course, the focus pages. So here is an example of focus pages from paperfingercuts.com. You can see some of the pages are already ranked in top 10, and it says, congratulations, you ranked on number 2 on Google with the keyword origami Christmas ornaments, right? So you have that. These other pages, they already have 100% chance of ranking. So as soon as they're going to start fixing more of these red bubbles, red dots right here, they're going to start ranking higher. And that's how you work with them. Now, this is good for like cross-checking everything across your focus pages. But if you want to just go into Origami Paper Review and see what's up, you can go to details. And once in details, you can see how this evolved. So this is how the chance of ranking have been. This is the page traffic, new social shares, page loads faster. And then you can start seeing that actually more words are required here. And you can see the current status. Then you can see that they need more traffic because the bounce rate is good, time on page is good. The problem is that they don't have enough visitors. So you can see currently there's only like 2 unique views on average. So they need to get more traffic in order to better calculate the traffic health, because you need a big enough sample size for this. Now, as far as platform health goes, the audit score needs to be bigger. Currently, it's only 61%. And the fact is that if you have other pages on your site that are not good enough, they're going to be dragging other pages down with them. So that's why usually your audit score will need to be over 70%. Right. And by the way, you can click on anything. So you can click on green dots, on red dots, and then you will see different information showing up in the right side of the screen. So for example, at SEO content, you will see that these are the keywords that the page was optimized for. So tie-dye patterns is marked with a star. This means that this is the main keyword of the page, and you can see that this one is 100% optimized. These other ones are less optimized. These are secondary keywords used on the page. and they were optimized using the SEO Live Assistant. You have an action button, so you can go and do the certain thing that it says you need to do. You can click on what this means, and you can basically click on everything, and it will even tell you when the last content update was made. So there's a lot of things that you could be doing here. You can even go to social shares, and you can see your current social share number. You can see the page authority. Then you can go and see backlinks, see if you have any links. Doesn't have any links here. And there's a lot that you can check for each website inside focus pages. And of course, you can go to focus pages again to see all of the focus pages. And if, for example, there's a page that you no longer want to rank, or it's already ranking and you just want to delete it so that you make room for other pages, which will require your attention, you can just go ahead and do that. Right, so the one with hearts and flowers, let's say that it's already okay. I don't want to work on that anymore. I can just go and click to remove the focus page. Okay, and now this opens room for one more focus page that I can add using add new page. And in add new page, you can search, you can look for status, and you can look for the kind of post type that you will want to be adding as a focus page. All right, so that's how you start adding focus page. Then you click set focus page, and the analysis will begin for that page, and the data will be available pretty soon. All right, so another interesting thing is the keyword research tool. So I've done a few keyword researches before the webinar so that we wouldn't spend too much time during it, but I'm also going to show you how the tool works. Getting set up with research, the whole research section with find keywords, briefcase, labels, suggested, and history is usually all handled here. You can see on the right side that Christina already made everything she had to do with keywords. So she did keyword research, added keywords to briefcase, created labels, added labels to her keywords, and sent keywords to the rank checker. So that's very important. Some people don't do this, but this is super important. Once you have keywords, it's best to send them to the rank checker, to the ranking section, so that you can start seeing if you manage to rank for those keywords or not. Right, so you can see a couple of keywords. They have different search volumes, trends, competition, and how many discussions there are about this. So discussions are taken from forums and Twitter. And you can see search volumes and, of course, the competition, which is very important because you basically want to go for these kinds of keywords that have low competition. You can see other types of researches being made. Of course, about us wouldn't have high ranking chance because it's about us. Everybody writes about it. Right, so you can see other keywords. And then in briefcase, you can start labeling all of your keywords. I've already clicked on label, so let's say show all. And they have all sorts of keywords here. So some of them are already ranked. You can see emergency plumber Los Angeles. It's been used on this site in 2 posts. You can see that this site is basically just like a test website. It's not even a real site yet because you see placeholders, nothing serious here, nothing serious here. You just took a theme and did something with it. But it's already ranked, so it's already on 59. And if you go to research, you'll see that the country is US, high ranking chance. This was the search volume, these were the discussions, and this was the trending data from Google Trends. Right, so this is the rank, and this is the number of posts it's been used in. And you can see that it has a label, so this is the label plumbing. It was about plumbing stuff, and this is about supercars. This wasn't labeled yet, so we can do this kind of thing and select them. And once we've selected them, we can go and say assign label, apply, and then I can say supercar marketing, and I can save the labels because this is going to be marketing done for supercars and supercar rentals, for example. Right now I have that kind of label here, and I can click, and it will already filter just by those kinds of keywords. Let's also see how Christina's looks. So she has her briefcase. She's done a lot more. So even apparently she has even stuff about documenting her blogging experience. This is interesting. I didn't know this. And you can see how many posts, what ranks they all have. And then you can go and you can even see the ranks directly from the keyword portfolio. And here you can go and create labels. So you can start adding new labels and changing their colors. Now we have a lot of documents, a lot of ideas and places where you can learn all about it. Usually in focus pages, when you are going to read these pop-ups from inside focus pages, we are going to link to the SEO kit. And in the SEO kit, you will find keyword research formula ideas, direct one, direct two, direct three, which is also useful for labeling keywords so that you understand how to search for keywords in order to find amazing keywords. And then here is where you can learn about adding labels to keywords from briefcase. So all of this stuff is in the SEO kit, and we have a lot of different resources that are useful for websites. All right, so that was about the overview section with success messages, with the next SEO goals, with focus pages. Now we can go and we can even check an audit. Or let's check the Google ranking section. So you can see in the Google ranking section, so if we go here to rankings, you can see the average ranking, how it evolved over time, and how many SERP changes there were. So you can see ups and downs in positions, and there are many pages added here. Right, so for everything, you have how many are now in top 10, how many keywords ranked better, and what improvement there was over the last 7 days. And you have different types of bulk actions like deleting keywords and refreshing SERP positions. You can even go manually and do this, check ranking again if you feel like it should be something else, or if you just want to make sure that it's the most recent ranking. And you can see the keyword, you can see the page that's currently ranked from your website for that keyword, the best rank that it ever had. So you can see even on Christina's site, she used to be #1, now she's #3, that sort of thing. So it's pretty interesting to track. Then you can go to rank details and you can see impressions, how many clicks there were, how well it's optimized with the SEO Live Assistant, and how many social shares it already got. So apparently it's very popular on Pinterest. Right, so that's how you do that. And for example, if I want to take one of these keywords, auto repair Los Angeles, I could go and create, let's say for now, a post, but usually I would create a listing. So let's say that I would go with this. I would go to the SEO Live Assistant. I would type in the keyword. And then I can see copyright-free images. So these are only copyright-free images. I can go and check for, tweets, wikis, depending on the content. If I don't find something useful, I can just click not relevant, and maybe say something about auto repair. That's the blogging assistant. It's very useful for blogging, but we're going to have more videos about using all of this section right here. And then we can even add keywords from briefcase. So if you want, I know, service companies, whatever. Not really sure what we still have there. Racing circuit, why not? Right, so these are the kinds of things that we could have, but right now we want to optimize for this one. And let's say something like that, maybe, capitalize all of the letters and stuff like that. And you can see that as I was typing, things were turning green here. So that's why we call it an SEO Live Assistant, because it does all of this checking in real time. So that's how you optimize the written text that's found inside the pages. And then once you're done doing this, you can go in Squirrly SEO. You can go to the old snippet section. And you can find stuff like this. So let's say 5 steps to find the best plumber. Apparently there is a meta problem. So you can see that the keyword is not present in the title inside the snippet. So we've optimized the page, and once we are done optimizing the page for search relevance, which is like the text inside the page for search relevance, then we need to create the snippet, and we need to make sure that in the snippet we also mention the keyword of the page. Right, so apparently that wasn't here, so I will just have to take a look at it. Right, and again, the same problems. Of course, here it didn't find anyone because no keyword was defined for the snippet. So there's like a lot of cool things that you can see by going there and by clicking these buttons. So this one has visibility problems. So this page is not in the sitemap. It's not visible on Google. So, you know, you should really know that this page is not going to rank. Maybe that's by choice. On this site, this one is by choice not to be ranked by Google because it also appears on a different site. And that's why we don't want to have it shown. All right, so that's how you can handle like Open Graph, Twitter cards, visibility, and metas. And of course, you can change a lot of different things, like from meta tags, you can click on edit snippet. You can edit your snippets, you can add patterns, you can add canonical links, you can go to JSON LD and you can do a lot of different types of schemas. And then, of course, you can always validate to see that everything works. Then you can do Open Graph, use stuff from the media file, do patterns, get authors in, choose the type of Open Graph. Twitter cards, then visibility settings. You can tell Google not to index, not to send authority, and not to place this in the sitemap. And since we've launched on AppSumo, we've also added redirect. So you can now go from all snippets and change any kind of redirect that you want. Maybe I don't want this page to go here. I want it to go to a new URL. I can set the redirect here and save it. Right, so those are some of the things that you can do. Now, I've had different keywords here that I was going to show you. Let's say, for example, that I take this one, and this is how you do a keyword research from A to Z. So going to find keywords. Now you can select the country. I am going to select United States. And the next, it's going to try and find alternatives that you can try in your research. Some users are using this, especially non-SEO experts. I usually don't choose any of these suggestions, but they are very helpful, especially if you're going for a new niche that you don't know a lot about. And then you can choose to do a research, a simple one, or a deep research, which goes for up to 50 results. And even if it takes long, so you will see this takes long because all of our data is taken like in real time. We don't use cache databases like some other SEO tools. So we're trying to bring everything as fresh as possible. This is especially helpful when you're doing research for something that's trendy, because you're going to get much more valuable stuff than you would from, I know, other tools, let's say, that use cache databases. Some of the biggest tools on the market use cache databases for 1 year or 2 years even. And in case you get bored while doing this, the good news is that you can start multiple keyword researches from multiple tabs. So while this tab is working, you can start working in this one. Then once this one starts researching, you can start working in this one, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with it. Now, going back to what I wanted to show you on Christina's site. So you can go to the SEO audit and you can see the score. We say that the good score is over 80. Of course, you've seen that in focus pages, we recommend at least 70. So 70 is decent. Over 80, you're really going to have good results. You're going to see some of the things that need prioritizing, like page load time, duplicate title tags, page authority, Alexa rank. You can see which pages got audited. So these are the pages that contributed to the score here, and you can add more pages from the SEO audit section. You can choose to see only completed tasks or incomplete tasks. This is the average content optimization for the pages that were checked. They don't have DC publish or meta apparently. Traffic, this is the traffic visitors, the bounce rate. It also says how many visits you get per month. And of course, it gives you a lot of tips on how to get more traffic. So for everything that we show here, like if you would have problems with duplicate titles, we would tell you how can we fix duplicate titles on our pages, and we give like a lot of advice. So this is especially helpful for non-SEO experts, because we try to explain and try to show how they can fix every single thing that's shown in the audit. So You can keep scrolling. You can see problems with loading speed, right? And then problems with duplicate title tags. So we need to go to this page and see the source code, because basically we're going to find the duplicate tag in it. Right, social. So these are some of the social media shares that they got. Does it have share buttons? On which platforms it was shared? So you can see that this one was also shared on Facebook, but these other ones were only shared on Pinterest. Right, there's a few backlinks to this one. And definitely you can go on and you can play with it, even with authority, and see how this looks for your own website. Now, another interesting thing that we've added to the audit section is you can add more pages, and you can even compare audits. So if you want to compare these two, because it went from 75 to 61, you can choose to compare audits. And it will show them to you. It will show you this was good, now it's not. So you can see from this audit to this one what changed and what brought the score down. So you can go step by step and compare them. A duplicate title tag appeared, which brought the score down. Page authority went down, and so on. And this is the really neat thing that you can do. And you can also you can check the pages that were audited. You can go to settings and you can connect stuff and say which is the audit email, which is the email that should receive the audit, the weekly audit. And then the weekly audit is something like this. So your ranking performance, how many keywords ranked in top 10, how many keywords ranked better, top keywords, and the whole audit performance. And once you click this, you can go directly to that section. Right, so this is where you can add pages, posts, whatever kind of post types you want. And then let's go to SEO settings really quick. And here you can add a lot of different post types from WordPress, so that you will make sure you have total control over everything. So for example, you don't really want tags to be indexed. I see that Christina already did this on her site. So she told Google not to index her tags, not to send authority to them, not to include this in the sitemap. And she didn't redirect the broken URLs. Well, it really doesn't make sense, because it makes sense because all of this stuff are closed as well. So this is like the easy settings. If you would go to show advanced settings, you will see more options. Now, I also wanted to show you, so for non-SEO experts, if they go to all features, this is the good thing for non-SEO experts, because even though we have hundreds over hundreds of features, you already saw that the plugin loads fast. And not only that, it loads fast. And also, if you are a non-SEO expert, you don't really need to use all of the features. You just need to use what's displayed in next SEO goals. And basically there's that, because the AI consultant will tell you everything that you need to use. And then once you become more advanced this, you can go to focus pages and play around with the ranking drawbacks. So you will never really need to touch on all of these features. But if you want, you can go and switch from automatic to manual. And then you can even search for features here. Or if this is not enough and you want to look at all of the features, you can go to do you want to see all 400 features list. Spoiler alert, it's over 400 now. And you can go, let's wait for the page to load, say, I know, recipe, and see what we do for recipe. And you can find all sorts of things from our database according to what you want to find. And there's also page 2. So usually when you search for a feature, you should also search on page 2, because there are just so many features in it. Of course, this is not for non-SEO experts, because as I've said, all of this stuff is already set up for you. So you don't really have to bother yourself with learning about any features. All you have to do is go to the next SEO goals. And now I've also said that I'm going to show you briefly something about the web dev kit. So for example, if I'm an agency and I don't want to allow my clients to go to the cloud app for Squirrly SEO, I can just go here and customize the plugin. So I've placed a logo with my face. And then I said Squirrly SEO Florin Dev SEO tools. I can even change this to be just Florin Dev SEO tools. This is going to be the plugin menu name. Then I can choose not to ever display the account info, not to show the link towards cloud.squirrly.co so that a client of mine cannot access the list of other clients, which is very important for agencies. Then I can remove certain sections. And once I'm done with all of these settings, with what I want to have or not have, I can just click Save Dev Kit Options. Once I save the options, I go and download the plugin, and then that's going to be the zip file that I install for some of the customers. Now, if I want other customers to have access to everything, I can make another zip file that has everything and install that to the other customers. And the good thing is, once you add that, so you can see Florin Dev SEO tools here. This is one of my instances that I've done from that DevKit account I've just shown you. It's connected to our normal branch. So basically, once I've added the zip to this client, I don't really need to keep and re-upload the zip file because it connects to our branch. And once you click update, it just updates the plugin, and that's it. All right, so I think that I've managed to show all the features and everything that I wanted, which is pretty much a big deal because I thought that I'm not gonna do it in time. So yeah, I think this was it for the walkthrough, and I'm going to plan a live stream in the AppSumo community where I'm gonna start answering a lot of questions that have been coming to us over the past few days.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we have been talking about that at Sumolings. If you are interested in that, find our Facebook group. We're talking about hosting webinars there in the future. So that's something, if you're interested in it, go ahead and do that. All right, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Can you please confirm that if we want to have SERPs, we need to get 2 or more codes?
Yes, if you want to have the ranks checked by Squirrely's cloud services, then you need 2 or 3 codes. Yes.
Cool. Will Squirrely prepare our WordPress site for Google's major SEO update coming this May?
I do not know what that is, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to get to it. There's a lot of updates. I don't know anyone specific because there's a lot of them. But the good news is that the focus pages, the chances of ranking, they get created dynamically. So basically, when there's like a huge major update that really impacts ranking, so it's not just something like Core Web Vitals, which doesn't really do a lot other than doing stuff for page speed and stuff like that. So if it's not like a major one, like you had Panda or Coffee updates or stuff like that, if it's going to be like a huge update, then it's going to get seen inside the chance of ranking scores.
Awesome. All right. So let's say you are using this on a client site and they cancel the service down the road. Is there a way to block access to the plugin, or will they continue to have complete access?
This is a very good question. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to give DevKit to Sumolings. So in DevKit, once you activate it, you have full control over each site, and you can just disconnect it from your cloud account. And that way, the customer will just remain with the free version of Squirrely SEO.
Cool. All right. How do you define SEO expert versus non-expert to make sure that we set it up correctly? And can we change it down the road?
Yes, you can always change it. The difference is that a non-SEO expert will not see so many options when going to SEO settings. So there's a lot of things that you can customize. Even meta title lengths, if you want, you can customize that. And usually for a non-SEO expert, it gets pretty overwhelming to see all the settings that they can make. So some of them are hidden when you are a non-SEO expert. But you can always switch, like I've shown on the video, from all features. If you switch from automatic to manual, then you get access to every single setting that you can make.
Awesome. All right. Does this do competitor research?
No, it does not. I mean, you could. We have Squirrely Spy for that. So that's a different product where we create reports. It's kind of like half product, half manual work, where we create reports for competitors. But what you can do regarding competitors using the cloud app of Squirrely SEO is you can add a new project for a new competitor, and then you can track their keywords and how the rankings evolve over time, and you can do audits for them.
Awesome. All right. So we have a couple of questions here about how y'all compare to some competitors in the space. I don't want to go and name every possible competitor. The ones that I'm seeing here are Yoast and Labrica. Can you tell us a little bit about how you compare it to other tools like yours?
Right. So everyone can go for other plugins. They can go to completeseofunnel.com. We also link to this on the AppSumo deal page. For the rest of them, like Labrica, it's been asked a lot. I actually wanted to buy it, but then I saw that Ken Moo did a review of it, and I saw that it has just a couple of our main tools. So it has a bit of the SEO audit that we've built, and it has something like, I don't know, I think it had like an SEO live assistant, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen a lot of tools over these days, but I know that I've kept replying to people that Labrica doesn't really offer as much as Squirrly SEO does. But for other tools like Phrase or Market Muse, they can be used together with Squirrly SEO, and you will get a lot more SEO out of using these tools together.
Awesome. Will our clients see in their dashboard our Sumo plan, and can we make it white labeled?
You cannot make it white label, but you can do co-branding. So as I've shown on the video, you can do a bit of co-branding. You can add your name and your logo. And using the dev kit, your clients cannot access your account information. So they can't see anything about your account. They can't see your email. They can't see your payment plan. They can't see anything. And they are completely blocked from the cloud app.
Awesome. Is there a way to export the health/ranking reports to CSV so we can more easily see what we need to do across our pages?
Whoa, that's a really good question. I think that we can definitely think about it and add it to the roadmap. We're gonna have a voting process after after the AppSumo campaign ends. We're gonna have a voting process. We're gonna ask everybody that's currently purchased codes to go and vote on our roadmap, and we're gonna explain it when we get to that. But I will definitely add this idea of exporting the SERP results to CSV, and I'm going to add it to the roadmap. If it gets picked up and gets a lot of votes, we're gonna get started on working on it.
That is awesome. Thank you. Will you import the tags from other SEO softwares on my current pages and blogs?
Yes, we already do that with a lot of the plugins. So we've started importing a lot more than we used to before doing the AppSumo deal. But then since we got a lot of feedback, we've started importing like even WooCommerce settings made with Yoast and a lot of other stuff from RankMath. And we're starting to do a lot of imports. We just used to make like the meta title, meta description, and the Open Graph and Twitter cards. But since we've launched on AppSumo and this was heavily requested, we've started importing a lot of other things as well.
Awesome. What special things can the software do to rank locally?
Well, we are using it locally a lot. I mean, we even have customers who are local businesses, and we are using this for them. We've added new schema implementations that are very helpful for local businesses. We've added KML, so you can even place local business on Google Earth. But other than that, with focus pages, you are going to find a lot of new ideas on how to rank pages, especially that are from local businesses.
All right. In the Q&A, I saw that if we import from Yoast, our keywords per post are not imported. And we have to set
that is correct
individually. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Your posts will basically remain the same. I mean, the written text inside it is still going to be optimized. So your optimizations will not be lost. You will just not basically know for which keyword you've already optimized. So that's like the only thing, but it doesn't affect anything like Google or rankings, because the text is still going to be the same.
Awesome, thank you. How critical is it to reset those within Squirrly?
It depends on what are your plans for the future. I mean, if you want to get one of those pages in focus pages, then you will need to add the keyword again, but you only have to add the keyword to the live assistant, and that's it. You can click save and be done with that. But otherwise, you don't really need to do anything about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where do your metrics come from, ranking, etc.?
We've built a lot of cloud services for a lot of the things that we do. So that's why I said that the plugin is very fast, because everything happens on different cloud services. So we've basically done like Netflix, like they've created a whole lot of different services that all come together. And that's like the whole way that we've done Squirrly SEO, because some of the cloud services that we have, they also serve other products of ours like Content Look.
Awesome. All right. How can we use Squirrly for local map pack SEO?
I do not know what local map pack SEO is.
It says 3-pack, if that means anything to you. No?
No.
Cool.
I don't know what this is, but we can look it up.
Maybe some clarification from the question asker. When a plugin is updated, will it overwrite the settings we did in Devout?
No. So if you're using the dev kit and you're updating the plugin, then it will not overwrite anything that you've done on the cloud app for that zip file.
Awesome. I'm using a specialist plugin called SEO Ultimate Pro and want to try yours. Is there any help available to migrate from a plugin not on your list?
No, we do not have that. But in case you're not comfortable making the switch, you can use Squirrely SEO in compatibility mode. And basically, you can still keep your SEO settings from the other plugin and start using Serp Checker, keyword research, audits, Live Assistant from Squirrely SEO.
Awesome. All right. So Map Pack, the clarification, it's a Google My Business listings.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So is it like the KML which you can place in Google Earth?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
All right. What kind of reporting can we get from the plugin?
Well, everything that you have seen on the video.
Cool.
So you can get the audits, the SERP checkers, many progress and achievement messages. Those are the kinds of things that you can report back to your clients.
All righty. Can I use dynamic content in Squirrely? There's a variable. They have a variable for the current year that they insert into the title and description field. And
yeah, definitely. So you can do that using patterns inside SEO automation.
Cool. So is it better to disable tracking for tags or TAGs, I'm not sure, tags in Squirrely, as you showed in this webinar? I see that it was left enabled in my setup.
Yes, so it depends from website to website, and it depends on your theme and how you are going to use your theme. But I usually recommend that it is turned off so that Google doesn't index your tag pages. But of course, it can depend. You can have a different SEO strategy.
All righty. Okay, so people are explaining this 3-pack thing to us. 3-pack equals Google My Business maps. It's a local map pack are the 3 results showing under the map when people look for local businesses. So,
no, honestly, I really don't know about it, and I haven't used it. So,
cool. Sorry, guys, we can't help you. Can we get more focus page? Mike's asking.
No. So you can't. I mean, I've explained this on the deal page in a couple of cases, in a couple of answers. You basically can't work on more than 10 focus pages at a time, even if you have a team. So our pro users, they can only do 5 pages at a time. And we usually think that businesses can do more because they might have more team members who will work on this. But you have to influence 113 ranking factors for every single page. And I don't think that you can do that at a single time for more than 10 pages. So you need to know that SEO Live Assistant is different from focus pages, And focus pages takes SEO Live Assistant, ranking data, SEO audit data, everything together. So if you just want to optimize pages, you can have unlimited pages that you optimize using the snippets and the SEO Live Assistant.
Awesome. All right, those are all of the questions that we have. So I'm going to give Sumolings a minute to kind of get any last questions in. Thank you to Irina, who's been killing it and answering a bunch of questions along with us. So
sounds awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, we got a question in the chat. Once you rank a focus page, you can then, Armando says, I think this is just a follow-up with what you said. Once you rank a focus page, you can then remove that focus page and assign a new focus page as a new page as a focus page.
Yes, exactly. And if you still want to track the page that was already ranked, you can add it to the ranking section, and you can add it to an audit if you want to still make sure that the page will remain good even after you've managed to rank it. But once you rank a page, you don't usually want to see it in focus pages again, because it just takes space for other stuff that you will want to focus on. And it's not very helpful to keep pages that are already ranked inside focus pages, because you already have them on Google. And you can see in the ranking section if the rankings go down.
Awesome. Since we kind of missed it at the beginning, can you talk a little bit more about how Squirrly helps with page speed? Maybe if you want to share your screen.
Yeah, so I lost the pingdom test. I would have to do a pingdom test again. So basically, from all our tests, it was super fast, and that's why I wanted to show you the thing. But maybe I'm gonna do this in the live stream on the Facebook group, so you can see there. I'm gonna try and do that all over again.
Awesome, thank you. All right. Is there any internal linking function?
There is, but I'm not sure it's got the best user experience at the moment. You can do that from the blogging assistant that I've shown, where you can easily find other places from your site towards which you can add inner links. But I'm not really sure how well people understand that feature yet. And other than that, the inner links that we calculate, we use it directly using WordPress's functions. So if you build other inner links that WordPress doesn't pick up, we also don't pick it up inside focus pages.
Awesome. All right. Will Squirrly completely replace all the other SEO plugins?
The other SEO plugins, yes, I think so. So on the complete SEO funnel.com, you can see that it already does a lot more for SEO than the other plugins. Now it depends. I mean, for example, there are different variations like Yoast local SEO, where I've seen that they even help you embed a map. I'm not really sure we're gonna get that on our roadmap, because we already have over 600 features, and I'm not sure we have to compete with every single SEO plugin out there. But if we see that our community really needs all of these features, then definitely we are going to start building them.
Awesome. All right, last couple questions here, and then we're going to say goodbye. First one, somebody asks when the Facebook stream will be. I don't think that we have a date and time yet. I'm on that message thread. I don't think there is one yet.
Yeah.
So we will post it on the deal page as soon as we know. As soon as we know, we will let you know.
Perfect.
Is there a roadmap that Sumolings can view, or how can they contribute to
yes.
it?
So from the deal page, if you click on that FAQ widget, the yellow FAQ widget, it has a link to the roadmap, and there you can check the roadmap.
Awesome.
And the contributions are, sorry for interrupting, but the contributions, you can make them via email or on the deal page. If you ask questions, we are going to sort all the questions, all the reviews, and all the emails after we're done with the AppSumo deal. And after that, we're going to get all the data, and then we're going to start voting on everything that was written to us.
Awesome. All right. If people have any follow-up questions that they would like to reach out to your support, what's the best way to get in touch with your team?
The best way to get in touch with our team is through support@squirrly.co. But you can also find this inside the plugin at support. There's a big button everywhere with support, and you can just complete the form, the support form.
All right.
But otherwise, support@squirrly.co.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Sumo Links, we're gonna wrap it up here. We appreciate y'all being here. I've got another webinar to get to in a little bit. So if you have not already, go ahead and redeem your codes appsumo.com/squirrly-SEO. It's starting at $49 for a lifetime deal. And of course, this is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So go ahead, get set up, play around with it and see how it works for you. Once you have done that, we would love to read your reviews on the deal page. Y'all have been raking in the reviews. So there are 88 here after just launching. That's incredible. And a 5 taco rating, of course. So if you would like to leave your experience on the deal page, go ahead and do that. And of course, if you have any more questions, you can reach their team or leave your questions on the deal page as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you all for having us.
Absolutely. Bye.
Goodbye.